So the first thing I want to ask is, the history of Dragon Ball has been very deep and grounded and had a lot of video games, board games. Where did the idea for this RPG come from?
Definitely, in terms of how this game came to be and why it's an RPG, we really wanted to focus on what we call the Dragon Ball Z experience and kind of really becoming Goku. So what exactly does that mean? I think a lot of these epic battles and memorable scenes have been played out in different games and capacities, but no one really kind of explored the day-to-day life and activities of Goku, or kind of the more comedic, joking elements, what Toriyama Sensei wanted to express. So combining all of those pieces into a single experience, really, the action RPG genre was really kind of our only option.
Dragon Ball Z games have always been versed in fighting. We saw that with the great success of Dragon Ball FighterZ, which Bandai Namco also did, and also multiple Xenoverse. It's all been about the fighting and combos. This game's combat feels a lot more strategic and tactical. How did you get that feeling about timing your dodges, saving your supers for the right time, reading an AI opponent's enemy patterns, stuff that we haven't really seen in a Dragon Ball Z game before?
Well, first I want to mention, clearly you've played the game very thoroughly, and for that I want to thank you very much, the fact that you noticed this. And as far as the sort of battle design and balance, I think a lot of the recent games have all been very focused on the PvP side of the game design. With this being an action RPG, there's going to be way more. In fact, it's all going to be PvE, and you're fighting against NPCs, so the conditions may not always be equal on a fair playing field. So some enemies might barrage you with ki blasts, or for example, Nappa has this massive explosion attack. So these boss fights have been carefully sculpted and designed to highlight the difference in strength between your opponent and Goku. So I think in that regard, the battle feel is going to be quite different.
So how far in the story are we going to experience in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? Is it going to go all the way up to the Majin Buu saga? Before then, are we experiencing Dragon Ball Super? Do the movie villains and elements make an appearance? Tree of Might, Bio Broly?
So most definitely this game is designed to be the kind of so-called Dragon Ball Z experience, and in doing so, the movies unfortunately won't be making an appearance in the game. With that being said, there are a lot of Easter eggs that we have carefully placed, including Ader, which makes it a cameo early in the game, as well as Ramu. So there's going to be some sub-stories and quests that will involve characters and interactions with adult Goku and characters that probably normally would have had the chance to interact in that universe. Yes, in terms of how far this covers the story, I think a lot of people are wondering, how much farther we're going to go beyond the Frieza saga. But I'm afraid I can't really reveal any more than what's been said already at this moment. So please, stay tuned for more upcoming news in the near future. With that said, I like to think that we won't disappoint any of the Dragon Ball Z fans.
Coming from a game design standpoint, the transformations have to be kind of difficult, because in most games he's either permanently that way or you transform into him for a limited time. How are you handling the Super Saiyan transformation in your game specifically?
Again, another very, very good question. And yes, there is going to be a lot of transformation in this game. As far as how that's going to unfold and develop, I'm going to have to tease you once more and say that that's going to be coming soon.
So this question is for both of you individually. What do you think? Dragon Ball Z has been around for over 30 years. What do you think it is about this franchise that's had it withstand the test of time in both Asia and the States?
I really believe Dragon Ball Z has really kind of perfected, or it's the most pure form of expression of this very passionate shonen type of energy, and especially in the battles as well. And Goku's sort of attitude and approach towards how he goes into battle, as well as that just general sense of freedom that he has, how he can fly anywhere he wants to go. They really kind of captured and packed all of these kind of young boys' desires into a very kind of compact package, which I think is really what makes this franchise transcend the generations and makes it very kind of a major common denominator among all of us, just kind of as people, so myself included. So I really think that was many reasons why this has kind of captured the hearts of so many people around the world universally. The whole Dragon Ball franchise has so many unique charms in and of itself. I really can't count all of them. And there's a reason why so many generations love this franchise. But I think for me personally, I just love the idea of Goku's existence, just his very pure and persistent pursuit for more strength, as well as his battles versus his daily life and that contrast in character, as well as how he always kind of shows up at the end and is the kind of ideal hero type figure in many of these situations. And it's this kind of idea of Goku that I think is synonymous with Dragon Ball's popularity. So I mean, I think that's what really kind of brought me into the franchise, yeah, I think that's what makes the franchise so attractive.
RPG games are known for having like loot, gear, and weapon items in the game. Obviously, we can equip some of those moves and stuff to Goku. Can we change his appearance physically? Because he's wearing a lot of different outfits over the years. He's had his alien outfit, the Saiyan armor outfit, his King Kai outfit, his turtle outfit, that kind of stuff.
So there won't be a really deep level of customization for the character insofar as the character design really follows the story very faithfully. So if Goku is to transform at a certain point in the story, there's a high chance it'll be reflected, whether it's through the hair or kind of the costume design as well.
RPG games are also known for having mini games within their games. Is there like a all-you-can-eat Goku eating mini game in this game?
I'm afraid there isn't any specific all-you-can-eat type of minigame in this RPG. With that said, though, there is this sort of core game mechanic where you have to harvest ingredients from hunting and fishing and bring these ingredients back to Chi-Chi, who will then cook it and prepare something for Goku to eat. And we paid a lot of attention to detail to how this food is presented and the visual presentation of that, but also the fact that it kind of affects Goku's parameters in a more longer term. So there isn't an all-you-can-eat minigame. There might be some more minigames that we're going to reveal as we get closer to the release date, however.
So you said the magic word for me. I love fishing games and RPG, fishing minigames. So are we fishing with a pole in Kakarot, or are we fishing the good old Goku way of punching the fish and pulling it out?
Yes, we kind of gave people a taste of what the fishing mechanic is going to look like in the show floor demo. So Goku is going to be using his tail to fish, and this is kind of an homage and a throwback to young Goku, because I think he fished that way back in the manga. And a lot of people might be wondering, well, why does adult Goku have a tail? But rest assured, there is an explanation for that if you play the game in order. That will be explained.